The leaders of the two biggest economic powers will meet face-to-face for the first time next week. U.S. President Donald Trump will host his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping for a two-day summit. Kwon Jang-ho dissects what to expect from that event and how it could affect South Korea.
With geopolitical, economic and security issues in the balance, anticipation is especially high for the meeting between Donald Trump and Xi Jinping next week. Topics likely on the table range from trade to the South China Sea security dispute and North Korea. The US has called for a new approach to Pyongyang's nuclear threat, but Washington and Beijing fundamentally disagree, the former suggesting stronger action and sanctions, and the latter urging dialogue. But still, there's some hope for a compromise.
China also agrees that there should be some measures of sanctions by UN Security Council, but at the same time, China thinks there should be attempts to open a dialogue. But if some fruitful result comes out of the sanctions by way of Chinese extra efforts, maybe Trump would be possibly agree upon a dialogue.
That outcome could depend on other discussions. Some observers say Washington and Beijing could make progress on North Korea by compromising on trade or the South China Sea dispute.
If North Korea is on par or if less important than these other issues, then yes, North Korean issues, you might see certain compromises there. But I'm not at all certain that the North Korean security issue is really that low on the agenda. It's quite high, if not as important as the South China Sea maritime security issue, as well as the trade issue. So we'll have to wait and see how the two leaders come out on this question.
For South Korea, which relies heavily on trade with China but has a long-standing security partnership with the US, it'll be hoping to avoid being put in a difficult situation.
Well, increasing tensions between China and the United States would mean that South Korea may have to be in a position to choose between these two great powers and the regional rivalry that they're having. From South Korea's point of view, it's much better to not have to be coming out and making that choice.
Trump government is now coming back to Asia and trying to bash China hard, which is not a good situation for South Korea. I mean, the two countries can cooperate very deeply, also can clash on issues very hardly, which does not give any leeway in diplomatic issues for South Korea.
All eyes will turn to Florida next week to see whether Trump and Xi play hardball or play nice. Kwon Jang-ho, Arirang News.